enjoyed bringing you the Roane County Band and the Austin P Band. But now it is time for the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard Show. So a reminder, next week it will be Seymour at Anderson County, and that is a region matchup. Anderson County trying to get ahead in that region after getting their first win of the night tonight against Fulton. So we will have that for you. Broadcast starts at 7 p.m. So looking forward to that one. For Coach Dan Shoemaker and Brad Jones, I am Aaron Harvey, and I've got the greatest playoff music ever in my life. So long, folks.
Welcome to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. I'm David Queener. Glad to be with you tonight. And folks, we appreciate the Free Medical Clinic sponsoring our show, excuse me, as they have for the past few years now. And don't go without seeing a doctor. If you need to see one, get a hold of the folks at Free Medical Clinic. Go to fmcor.org and get your first appointment now. There's never a charge for a doctor visit at the Free Medical Clinic, Anderson, Roane, and Morgan counties. So appreciate all of our sponsors, but they're the main ones tonight that gets us on, keeps electricity burning here. So glad to be with you. Going to be flying a little solo tonight. Jonathan Cox is unable to get in here, so we'll try to do the best we can, and we'll hang around and talk a little high school football. Hopefully there'll be a bunch of calls tonight. We'll talk a little high school football, and towards the end we'll talk a little Tennessee. Still nothing really big to talk about Tennessee's game last week. Me and Chandler talked about it a while ago. It wasn't much, but who's on the schedule to play it. Tomorrow's game, same thing. It'd be this, I don't understand. I really don't understand why we're playing Austin P. I'm sorry. I don't understand that move. I just hope there's nobody gets hurt tomorrow for the important games down the road. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. So I do know I can say this: Clinton won tonight over Campbell County, 55-14. A really good game. Just from what I don't know what the final stats are. Just some stats in the first half. I know Joshua Keith had thrown for about 182 yards. The Goins kid had a couple touchdowns in. I think he might have wound up with 4 on the night total. So he had a really good night. There were some other kids. Their names I just don't remember their names right now. Maybe we'll get some callers later on that I want to talk about those kids and tell us what went on. Anderson County gets off the floor tonight, and they get a win at Fulton, a Fulton team that's still winless. So Anderson County evens that mark up at 1-3. And that's a region game. Though, like I said, those first 3 games that AC played, they didn't count. I mean, yeah, they counted, but they're not region games. This is the games that count for Anderson County now that's starting to be region games. So congratulations to the Mavericks. Oak Ridge was winning, and I've not seen, if that's fine, I'm sure it is. It was, I believe, 41-0 the last time when I came in here, probably 35 minutes ago or 45 minutes ago. The game should be over by now, and I'm just not paying attention. I think the one thing that really jumps off the screen up there tonight at me is Cleveland beating Farragut tonight pretty handily. So a Farragut team that jumped out and everybody thought, ruh-roh, going to be pretty good. Now they're 2-2, I think, also. Now they've lost a couple games, too. So, but I was trying to see. You see, there's Anderson County. It's 55-14. Rockwood comes back tonight with a big win over Sunbright, 49-0. Coalfield they just keep rolling. They just keep rolling. 56-0 night over Midway. Knox Halls knocks off previously unbeaten Hardin Valley tonight. So the little run for Hardin Valley is over, and Halls might be for real this year. Could be for real. And there's the score with Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge wins 41-0 tonight. So congratulations to the Wildcats for racking up a big win. So Oliver Springs, it was not a final yet. Oliver Springs there's a team that Clinton will play next week. Powell rose up tonight and beats Heritage 47-17. GP gets, I couldn't see who GP beat. I just got GP, but sorry. Knox West takes down Maryville 21-14. Apparently Maryville's got a lot of kids injured right now, just from what I seen on a pre-thing earlier tonight. The North City over Kings Academy, future opponent up this way of Clinton. Loudon Rose, team that's been on the road here recently for the last 2 or 3 years, playing really good ball. Maybe we'll get back around to that GP score here in just a second. Because it just caught my eye, and I didn't get to see who the other teams play. But if you have a question, a comment, want to talk about somebody that played tonight, a game tonight, whether you liked it or you didn't like it, or whether you saw something you didn't like or something like that, we call in and we'll try to talk about it. Let's get a call here. We got one right now. Great caller, you on the air? Hello. Hello. Must not be there. So, caller, if you just hung up, call us back. Trying to make sure we're hooked up here, right? Hey, are we plugged up in here? I don't know if we are or not. Yeah, it looks like we are. I don't have no on the line. There we go. All right. Now we're good. Let's see what happens. Now, call back. I might have cut you off by accident. Didn't mean to. But anyway, like I said, week 4. Can you believe it? Week 4? We're going to be halfway. We're going to be halfway of the regular season next week. We're going to be at the halfway point next week. So things are going to start shaping up, and it's going to start shaping up fairly quickly here. I mean, you'll start rattling in a bunch of region games. There'll be a lot of teams playing region games coming down the stretch here. So things are going to get things are going to get fairly interesting and fairly quickly. So let's go to the phones here. Go ahead, caller, you're on the air.
Anderson County won 50-14.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye.
All right, see you, bud. Faithful caller calls every week, gives us an Anderson County score. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, young man. He's been doing it for a while now, so he gives us a buzz every week and lets us know what's going on. Like I said, 483-8112, give us a call. We'll be more than glad to talk to you and see what you think about it. You know, it's been a lot of hype all week about, I shouldn't say hype. There's been some hype from some other people that will call in and talk about Clinton, but they don't seem to call as much the last couple of weeks that Clinton's won. So it's interesting. We'll see. Clinton did play really well tonight. You know, got up fairly big on Campbell County early and did what you're supposed to do in the second half. They pretty much kept Campbell County's offense standing over on the sideline tonight. Didn't allow them out there very much. And, you know, Keith and Goins and, man, I wish I could think that young man's name. I just cannot think of it. He had a pretty good game tonight, too. So congratulations go to the Dragons for even, first region win, and they didn't win a region game last year. And I'm going to go ahead and say they're qualified for the playoffs right now. They're qualified for the playoffs. They'll have a big region game coming up here in a couple weeks with Oak Ridge. I mean, technically, it could be for the region championship. The winner of that game will come out a little bit on top. Clinton still have a couple region games left to play. Oak Ridge will have 1 or 2 left to play still too. So, but that'll be a very important game. The Powell game is non-region. Oak Ridge is region. Anderson County game is non-region. Those games don't mean as much as the Oak Ridge games mean. So, congratulations, Coach Keith. getting a big region win tonight, and looks like got his Dragons qualified. They took care of business this year instead of waiting down to the last game to try to do it. But congratulations to the Dragons on getting qualified for the playoffs this year coming up. So, like I said, congratulations. Also, I hadn't seen if the Oliver. I don't know if Oliver Springs has went final yet. That was a dog fight. That's all I can say. It was a dog fight. Let's see if I can get in here and maybe see it here. It's still in the fourth quarter, and it's 27-26 OS over Oakdale. So you got a 3-0 Oakdale team coming into a 1-2 Oliver Springs team. Looks like it's a pretty good game, and it could be final right now. If somebody knows the score of that game, if somebody's got a final on that game, give us a call and let us know, because we do not have, or I do not have a final, and I've not seen it scroll across the ticker as a final yet. So asked and you shall receive sometimes when you ask for it. So, but like I said, week 4 is pretty much in the books. Some games in Upper East Tennessee. Again, tonight we're in a lightning delay. It run a game last night that was looking like it was going to be a really good game. And I'll get back to that in just a minute. Let's take this call. Quick caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, Oliver Springs won. The score I got is 47-26.
47-26. Okay.
Yeah, they must have scored a lot of points there toward the end of the game, but
they must have, because I've got them on here. This is 27-26.
Yeah, it went up to 35-26, and then I talked to a person who was at the game and said it ended up 47-26. Now, I don't know really how accurate that is, but that's what they told me. 47-26.
Well, we'll take it and run with it right now till we can find out something different.
There you go. We'll see you.
All right, see you, bud. Thanks. All right, ask for it and receive. That's what we're told, 40-something to 26. So we'll see. They've still not, Coach T's not updated yet, and they probably will here in a little while. They get it updated, and we'll get it up on we'll get it up there. But like I said, we're going to be at the halfway point next week. It's really hard to believe, but my comments I was talking about before I went to the caller was, you had last night on Rivalry Thursday night, the game of the week was Alcoa and Greenville, which was a matchup that everybody was really wanting to see in East Tennessee. It was going to be just a primetime football game, high school game, 2 powerhouses, that was going to collide, and it was working out to be a really good game. And another lightning situation, and then I think some storms came in behind that, and they couldn't get back on the field. That's 2 weeks in a row for Greenville. We talked to the Greenville coach last Friday night here on the show. Me and Cox did, and that's 2 weeks in a row he's not got to complete a full game. I think he did make it to halftime last week, the week before in Kingsport, but this week we didn't make it to halftime. So, to me, that has to be a little concerning. That's 2 weeks in a row he's not got to complete a football game. So, does that hurt? Maybe down the road. We'll see. But I think everybody liked to have seen that game. I wish they'd have played it. I wish they'd have went back and played it tonight. I really wish they would have. I think that's really what they should have done. Whether it's on TV or not, they should have went back and played that game tonight. And it would have been that'd have been the game everybody had been talking about tonight. It really wouldn't have mattered about everything else. That would have been the dominant game. But, I really think what's really interesting tonight, and I look forward to see maybe if Jesse calls tonight about Maryville, I think this is 2 in a row Maryville's lost. So, I don't know. Like I said, I know they got their quarterback hurt last week, I think, and maybe a running back that got hurt that's out for the year. So they got some injury. So the injury bug is biting them a little bit. So we'll see. Let's jump out and take our first break of the night, and we'll be right back here in just a few minutes on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, We have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference, so we can all continue to move forward together.
I am a Simplicity dealer. This business is my life, my career. If you need a new mower, I'll help you choose the model that will make your property look its very best, and even let you take a test drive. When it does need service, you can rely on my factory service training and genuine parts. Because I don't just sell products, I build relationships. I am a Simplicity dealer.
S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health, for every moment.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Football is back.
is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
And welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. And folks, let me just give you a couple little rundowns about the Free Medical Clinic, what they provide and what they can help you with. The Free Medical Clinic will provide over 12,000 patients appointments worth over $7.2 million in value of medical care this year alone. You do not have to live in fear of becoming sick or hurt because you don't have health insurance. FMC has you covered. Go to fmcor.org tonight and get the care you deserve. So we appreciate the Free Medical Clinic helping sponsor this show, and like I said, the Free Medical Clinic provides no charge primary and preventive care for residents of Anderson, Morgan, and Roane counties. And if you're a student at Roane State Community College or TCAT, you can have free access as well. Go to fmcor.org to set up your first appointment tonight. So don't go without health care. We've got it right here for you. We got somebody that's willing to help. They've got the resources, and they can help you. Let's go to the lines. We got a couple people waiting. Quick caller, you're on the air.
Hey, David.
Hey.
That was a big win for us tonight.
Boy, it sure was. You're right. It was a big win for the Dragons tonight. They needed that.
Yeah, we did. And I'm glad. And you think we're still going to make it the playoffs?
Oh, yeah, Dragons are in. They're in.
We're already in.
Yeah, I think you're in. Yep. I feel pretty good about saying that.
Why you guys ain't on Facebook right now?
I have no idea, Anthony.
Oh, you don't?
Are we on Facebook?
All
right. Bye. See you, Anthony. So we're having some problems on our BBB page.
It's a thing, for some reason, it's not allowing business pages to stream.
Oh, okay.
Facebook.
We're having some,
but we're still on my dad's personal.
we're on Brad's personal Facebook page. It's just on our businesswoman here. We're not tonight for some reason. They're got something going on. Who knows? Quick caller, you on the air.
Hey, David, it's Dwayne, Lefeview.
Hey, Dwayne.
Hey, Oliver Springs was up 54 to 26 with 2:16 left.
How much time left, Dwayne?
2:16.
2:16. Man, Coach T still got that game 27-26, and we're being told all these scores, and it's hard to believe that big gap that quick. So,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, they just got.
That's what I had with 2:16.
With 2:16. All right, hey, Dwayne, thank you very much.
All right, buddy.
All right, thank you, buddy. I hadn't talked to that guy in a long time right there. Good to hear from Dwayne. Appreciate you calling, buddy, and giving us, helping us out on the score there, because I'm telling you, we got 27-26 and still in the fourth quarter. It's still in the fourth quarter, all right, but Oliver Springs is way up, it looks like. So they're taking care of business tonight and rolling right along. 483-8112. Give us a call here on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. And you know, there's a guy that just, he called last week and he said he was in Las Vegas. And, sometimes people just don't want to be truthful about things, And then I've got text all week about him. And I don't know. I'm hearing some different things about him. So we'll see don't know if he's going to call in tonight or not. It's funny how it goes. We're getting a lot of calls about Oliver Springs in the back. We're trying to figure it out. So, folks, just hold on. So, listen, as soon as it goes 5, I believe Dwayne Lefevue and another guy's called and said that. I believe what they're saying. That's probably the score. Okay? But we don't have it final yet, so it won't go up to its final with us. And Dwayne said there was about 2 minutes and something left before it was final. So, we'll wait till the game goes final, and then we'll post it up at the correct score. But we appreciate both those guys, and I appreciate Dwayne calling in tonight and giving me the score. Like I said, I hadn't talked to him in a long time, but it's good to hear from him there just for the brief time to give me the score update. So appreciate it. But getting back, you know, we got this huge fan down here in Oak Ridge, or he says he's a huge fan. Well, I'm being told a little bit different, so from the sources I got. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see if he calls in tonight. You know, can't never tell tonight. He might be in, you know, somewhere down in Georgia or something. There's no telling. So, but we'll see when he calls here after a while. If he does, I predict he doesn't call. So, like I said, Clinton wins tonight. Anderson County wins tonight. Oak Ridge wins tonight. Oliver Springs is winning big. Cofield won tonight. Rockwood won tonight. Kingston won tonight. Midway lost. I think Harriman was losing also to Greenback. So that's who's won and who's lost. Like I said, but we're waiting on a couple of them still to get final. And
Final on Oliver Springs. Christy called in and said it was 54-26 final, Oliver Springs. So if anybody's been waiting on that, that's right. Like I said, I appreciate everybody that's called and give us a score previous to what we just said. So, Christy, you could have talked to me when you called in. You know, I could have checked on JR and see how he was doing. So, but that's all right. We do appreciate you calling and giving us that score. I would like to know if you was at the game tonight to see if you could give us a little rundown about it. But anyway, appreciate you calling in and letting us know what the score was. So we'll rock on and continue on and see. Let's see here. Quick caller, you're on there.
How about them Kingston Yellow Jackets?
Yeah, they put up a pretty good score tonight.
Yeah, I haven't called in a while. I used to call in every Friday night, but it's been a while.
What do you? Was you disappointed in Kingston last week?
I was. Mexico County's got a good team, but I just think Kingston didn't show up last week, honestly. But they got a few winnable games in a row. And then they got Loudon in like 3 weeks, I think. So they got Scott County and Rockwood and Loudon. So 2 winnable games, and then Loudon will be a big one. But they're 4A now, so still a rivalry game. So I'll be interested to see where we're at.
Was last week's game a region game or just a another game?
Just a regular game.
Just a regular game.
We was leading the game.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be Mexico County or Gordonsville, so we picked Mexico County. So
yeah, I don't blame you for that. It didn't work out. It didn't work out the way you wanted it, but I don't blame you for that, though. But I understand that anyway. But
I've also noticed when I was watching on TV, that Coach Collier's back on the sidelines at Kingston coaching the defense. That's pretty cool to see because he's a really good defensive coach. So.
Well, you know, sometimes with coaches, they come back. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I got a question about Harriman also.
All right, go ahead.
They're 0-4 now?
Yeah, they're probably 0-4. They were losing to Greenback earlier, and yeah, it's final, 36-14. Yes, they're 0-4.
Are they ever going to get rid of Pat? That's the question. I mean, Harriman's always had talent. It just, I don't know, it seems like that ship sailed, and they just need some fresh blood over there.
You know, there's a lot of people have asked that question. You know, I don't really know. I really like Coach Tapp. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really like Coach Tapp. There's been years I thought he's done a really good job, and you're right. They've had some talent there. They have had some talent there. I sometimes think he gets everything he can get out of his football team, but the last couple of years has really been tough for Harriman. It really has.
for sure. Well, all right, it's fair. Calling. It's been a while, so you have a good night.
Appreciate you calling, man.
Goodbye.
26.
Go ahead, caller.
Oh, Jesus. I got 24 to 54 to 26.
Oliver Springs.
Oliver Springs.
All right, appreciate it.
Hey.
Hey.
Talk to the coach's wife, and that is fact.
That's a fact. Well, that's all we need to know. You've talked to the main woman there. That's the fact.
There you go. There you go. She's my daughter-in-law.
I heard that. Hey, well, that's the best way to get it right there, then.
Yes, sir.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Well, way to make a girl feel bad.
What do you mean, way to make a girl feel bad?
Telling you I could have talked to you.
Well, you could have. You could have got on the air. I mean, it's not stopped you in all the other years past in talking to me. You could have got on the air and said, this is the score, and did you go to the game tonight?
No, I didn't, because I have a little boy that had football practice, and he had to get in bed for his game in the morning.
Oh, gosh. He could have went to the game tonight and stayed to halftime, and he'd have been just fine. Lord, what time's his game in the morning?
9 o'clock.
I've never heard, I don't understand why is Optimus League football playing so daggone early on Saturday mornings? What's the deal?
I don't know. Let me tell you, these parents that don't like to get up early in the morning don't like it either.
Well, I understand, the way it used to be, it didn't start till maybe like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and that did conflict a little bit with some college games on Saturday, but whoo, my partner here on Friday nights for the last couple of weeks has had to leave, was leaving the next morning to be at a game somewhere in Wartburg, and he lives over in Powell, and they had to be there by 9 o'clock, and I'm thinking, what's going on? This is crazy to get up that early. I mean, especially on Saturday morning, go play Little League football. Where you play tomorrow?
Oliver Springs.
Well, that's not too bad. At least you ain't got far to go.
This is true. This is true.
Well, that's good. How old's he now?
He just turned 7 on the 31st of August.
Ooh, I already look old enough, but that really makes me feel old. So, how's JR doing?
Oh, he's loving his retirement.
Well,
you know how that goes.
I understand that fully. Yeah, I'm loving mine too, so I understand that fully. Tell him I'm sure he's sitting there in a recliner probably, but tell him I was asking about him, okay?
I will do it, and I just want to give a plug in for our little Tri-County All-Star baseball team that's made up of players from Rome County, Morgan County, and Anderson County. Garrett was on that team, and we are playing in a tournament tomorrow at Rockwood. We are playing at 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock. If anybody wants to come on out and support us.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. Hey, call us now.
All right.
All right, see you, honey. Bye. Good to hear from you. Long-time caller right there. Her husband worked at City Clinton with me a long time ago, so good to hear her give a little report on him. I ain't seen him in a while neither. So, it's Optimus football games at 9 o'clock. Man, I'm blown away with that. So it used to be like in the afternoon and late in the nighttime. Where it was played on Saturdays. I don't know which one. I probably would take the afternoon games instead of the 9 a.m. games. But the way the weather's been hot and everything, it's probably good for the little fellers to be playing early when it's not as hot. But it's been warm then too. So, but anyway, beside the point. Hey, let's jump out and take another break, and we'll be right back here in 2 or 3 minutes on the wrong. I about said the wrong one. The Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. I got carried away.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health, for every moment.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
Beautiful yards make a statement. And beautiful yards come from Simplicity Mowers. Their exclusive free-floating mower decks with full-width rollers track the contours of your yard for a perfect cut. So visit your neighborhood Simplicity dealer today and start the conversation about your lawn. Simplicity, the way to a beautiful lawn.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roan County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
$1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. Folks, if you're needing to go to a doctor, you're you're listening to the right show tonight. Our sponsors are great one. They'll take care of you. FMCOR.org. Get online with them there, and they'll get you hooked up with an appointment. Don't go without one. Quick caller, you're on the air.
Hey, David, what do you think about the Clinton-Powell game next week?
Clinton will have Clinton's going to have to stop the run next Friday night, I think. I know they had a little trouble tonight at first with Campbell County, and I don't know if they made some adjustments or Clinton just got hot enough and put the game out, and then Campbell County had to start throwing the ball. But I don't think Powell has the same caliber of quarterback that Anderson County has. He's a young kid that's just playing. They don't have the Potts kid anymore. So earlier on in the year, I didn't know about that game. I thought probably it'd favor Campbell County. I think it's going to be a pretty good game. I think Clinton definitely has a shot.
Okay. Let's hope we can keep that wagon rolling.
Well, yeah, maybe they can keep it rolling. Like I said, the last 2 weeks, they've taken care of business. I was impressed with what they done tonight for the simple reason, after halftime, they did what they had to do, and they kept Campbell County's offense standing on the sideline and did not really give them much of an opportunity to get back out to get the clock out of the situation where it wasn't running anymore. And then they expanded that lead a little bit, and they held on to it. And it sounded like, I didn't listen to every second of it, but it sounded like they played a fairly clean game compared to what the first two were. So I'm glad to see some of that nonsense is cleaned up. And I think they're playing like everybody thought Clinton would play starting off at the first of the year.
Well, I heard the announcer say, I was watching it online, and I heard the announcer for Campbell County say that Clinton boys was talking trash. Said they had a lot of flags against them, said that Clinton needed to clean up their act. That's what the announcer said.
Well, I know there was some flags tonight, but not compared to like it was. I don't think it was anyway. I'll be shocked if it was. I mean, I was listening to the radio side of the game, so I don't know if you're calling the game. How in the world you even know the team on the field's talking trash and not let you got somebody standing down there relaying you the information? I guess so. I didn't hear the Clinton announcer say anything about. I only know of one unsportsmanlike conduct penalty tonight, but I don't know.
It was on one of the assistant coaches for Campbell County.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where they got they first warned them sideline warning. Then they called the flag a personal foul of saying they must have said something to the ref or something other.
Well,
coach for Campbell County.
If Clinton had that going on tonight, they need to clean it up. You're exactly right. I think they've cleaned it up some and I don't know what there was 20 plus penalties in the first game and about that many in the second game. It seemed like. I just think the last couple of weeks they've cut those penalties down. And I'm sure they had some tonight. I don't know how many. It wasn't as many as they had in the first game, or I don't think it was.
They didn't have that many tonight.
No, they didn't. So they've cleaned it up a lot, and kids are going to be kids. They're going to talk, and it's look, Clinton hadn't beat Campbell County in 4 years, and Clinton didn't win a region football game last year, not one. They had a fairly decent year, but they didn't win a region game. They didn't get to go to playoffs. And tonight's game, if people don't realize, tonight's game really meant something. Clinton won tonight, and it qualified them for the playoffs. So, I'm sorry, it's part of the game.
Campbell County just have to get over it, I guess.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I started saying. It's what I should have said. They just have to get over it tonight. They lost to a team that is a little bit better than them right now, and Campbell County lost a lot of kids from last year. They lost about all their receivers, I think. And, they're in a little rebuilding mode, but, so their season's not over by any chance. They still got a chance to win some of those games and get into playoffs too. But, Clinton, tonight's game was a big game. Last week's game for Clinton was big game just to get a win. And now tonight was to get a win in the region, and it really meant something tonight. And my hat's off to the Coach Keith and his staff. They did a good job, and to the kids. I mean, the Keith kid and the Goins kid, man, they had some big games. And there's another kid, I just cannot think of his name. he had a pretty good game tonight too. So, and I'm sure there's more than just those 2 or 3. But no, it is what it is. Clinton won tonight, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah, Campbell County didn't get shooting no fireworks, so we saved the money.
I heard that. I mean, it must. I don't know what Clinton. I guess there's trash talking. I guess from what you're saying, but if you're up 55-14, I don't know how. Score speaks for itself. Let's just say that.
That's right. Hopefully we can get a win next week at Powell.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I 2 weeks after the second week of football season, I would have not thought Clinton had a chance at Powell or Oak Ridge or Anderson County. I'm changing my tune on that. I'm not saying they'll win any of those games. I'm just saying I think Clinton, if they play like they played tonight, they've got a chance the next 3 weeks. A chance. But if they had a bunch of penalties tonight, they got to clean it up if they're going to beat 3 really good football teams.
Because them penalties can come back to haunt you at the end of the game.
That's what I mean. They come back to haunt you at the end of the game. If you don't play a clean football game, next week's game could be just like tonight's game for Clinton. I mean, it could be a high-scoring game. I mean, we could be in the 40s next week too. And Oak Ridge is putting up big points too. Now, Anderson County's got off the floor a little bit tonight against Fulton. Not a very good Fulton team at that. But still yet, they hung quite a few points on the board too. They got a running back tonight. So, the next 3 weeks is going to really be interesting for Clinton. You'll know a lot about the Dragons 3 weeks from tonight on down the road. Now, we'll know a lot about the Dragons in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Good. All right, Dave, appreciate that.
All right, thank you, buddy.
Go
All right, thank you. Quick caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Queener.
Hey.
I agree with you. After that second week, I said, there's no chance against Oak Ridge, Powell, or Anderson County. But I'm feeling a lot better about things because they've really kind of turned things around. And you're talking about the penalties. It was the first game against Cleveland. They had 19.
Yep.
And tonight, I listened to Walt Stair call the game. Very good call, by the way. And they had 6 penalties tonight. So that's much better. But, in Cleveland, knocking off Farragut makes me feel a little better. They're a pretty good ball team. So, and I think a sloppy game and, the onside kick they messed up at the beginning, other than that, they kind of hung with them. They spotted them 14 points and just kind of traded scores with them after that. You just can't make up, 14 points to a good team. But I'm feeling a little better. But I tell you, Oak Ridge scares me. They looked awfully good against Powell. I think they're going to be tough.
Yeah, that's going to, be, that's a game that everybody up in Clinton has got circled. I think they think it's an automatic win. You don't ever have an automatic win against Oak Ridge. You know that. You've been watching Clinton football as long as I've been around here too, man. And, Clinton just don't beat Oak Ridge very often. You can look and I don't know when the last time Clinton beat Oak Ridge, but it's been a while. It's been a while. Clinton will have to play a really good football game when Oak Ridge rolls into town. And they'll have to play a really good football game next Friday night, too, to beat Powell. That's not a pushover. That's not a pushover game by far.
What I saw in that West game was Clinton just couldn't block West. West was just way ahead of them on the line. And I don't know how Powell's line is compared to some of those others, but that was Clinton's problem with West. Keith was just running around the whole time, and they just had trouble blocking them. And I think, last couple of weeks, Clinton's done much better on the line, but Oak Ridge looks very impressive. That guy's done a great job, and they're big. They just control the line of scrimmage against Powell. And like I say, I don't think they've got the experienced quarterback they've had in the past at Powell, but Oak Ridge looked really good. And I don't know if Oak Ridge plays West this year, but I can see those two meeting in the playoffs somewhere along the line. That would be a very interesting game.
You're exactly right. And the coach that got down to Oak Ridge is a winner. He's won wherever he's been, so he knows how to coach the game. I tell you something that Clinton's going to have to watch next week, and Clinton's offensive line is going to really have to play I'll say a really exceptional football game. Our coach, Josh Keith, to be on the run a lot because Powell's got a D1 prospect on their side, and he might be already committed to Kentucky. The Souls kid that plays defensive end, they move him around a little bit. He's a tough young man. He plays really good football over there, and he's a weapon. And Clinton will have to have him on the radar big time next Friday night, or he'll do some major damage.
Yeah, and I heard that Severs, the really good lineman for Clinton, had a leg injury of some kind, was hobbling, maybe on crutches when he left the field. So that's not good because he's one of their better players. But
that happened in the first half, I believe. I did hear Walt and them talk about him, that he was hobbling off the field, and they didn't have much of an update. If they gave an update on him, I didn't hear it. So, but you're right, he did get hurt tonight.
Yeah. So, like you said, we're halfway. So, I know it's probably a little early to talk about playoffs, but as I understand, if Clinton could beat Carnes and Lenore City, they would get the 2 seed. Would they host a playoff game?
I think so. I think so.
And which region would we be playing in those games?
I think that would be the region that West and Powell's in.
Oh man, that'll be tough. So
I think that's
probably
right.
Get West or Powell.
Wait a minute, that might not be. It might be the region that's on down towards Chattanooga too, and I'm not 100% sure. Listen, I'll have to check on that and see. To be perfectly honest with you, it's either them or down towards Ottawa and Ray County. It could be that region too that Clinton goes to. So it really don't matter when you get to that point. I mean, if you've got there, you're pretty good, as you know, and Clinton will have to play really excellent football. But you're right, Clinton needs to win out the rest of the region games to get in. Whether it's first or second, either one, it really don't matter if they want a home football game. If they come in second, I think they're only guaranteed 1 game at home. If they was to get lucky and win it, I think they would get a couple rounds at home. Depends on how it flip-flops this year. I don't know. It's somewhere in the 3rd round or the 4th round it flips. So, like I said, coming up, some big games for the Dragons coming up in these region games. They're really important.
Yeah, and then, listen, AC is going to be tough. They're going to be getting better, and they had a lot of young guys, and they're going to get more experience. They're going to be tough, and they played a hard schedule too. They played Bearden, and so I think they're going to be a lot better. It's going to be tough, really tough 3-game stretch.
Listen,
but,
Anderson County could come to Clinton in a couple of weeks and be 0-9 and play the best game of their life.
Yeah,
okay?
Oh, absolutely. There's some.
So you better, because I think they beat us 15, 16, so many years in a row. I don't even count.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a rivalry game, but you got to win those games every now and then to keep that rivalry word in there. So we'll see what they do in a couple. We'll see what they do in a couple of weeks. It'll really be interesting to see what they're able to do. Yeah. But
it's a little early to talk college ball, but it's kind of like Tennessee playing in the swamp in 2 weeks. Florida looked terrible at Utah. But in 2 weeks, when Tennessee's playing them in the swamp, they'll look like the Super Bowl champion. They'll look like the Chiefs or somebody really good. So, it's
all right, I got a text here about the playoff stuff. This is from Brad. Oak Ridge Region plays Region 4. Wouldn't meet West until the semifinals. So down the road just a little bit. It probably goes to that region down in Ray County and down that way and then comes back up this way. So it's it'd be the 3rd round or 4th round, something like that. It'd be 3rd round, I think. Like I said, still some. Clinton's got some big games on the schedule. We just got one part of this equation done right now. We need to finish. They need to finish it off, and right now I think everything's headed in the right direction. And you got to feel a little bit more at ease with them right now. They're playing a really good football right now.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to see them turn things around, have a little success. That's always a good thing. And it's interesting watching Greenville got another game called due to weather.
Yeah, I know. I just talked about that a while ago. That has to hurt that football team somewhere down the road. Not playing those games, not getting that game time in. I know you can look at it and say, well, we didn't get anybody injured in the Kingsport-Dobbins Bennett game. Well, I don't think they did. I don't think they got anybody injured last night, so we come out healthy. That's a good thing, but you still need that playing time and need that, but maybe they don't. So we'll see. But that's 2 weeks in a row, man. They've had weather games that's got them postponed, and they just declared it a no contest. So I don't know. I'd like to see that game that was supposed to went off last night be completed. It would have been a good game.
Yes, it would have. Very good. Well, keep up the good work. Enjoy the show, and we'll talk to you along the way.
All right. Thanks, Doc. See you, bud.
Thanks. Bye now.
Good caller. You're on the air.
You missed me, Queener. I heard someone tell me you wanted me. What do you got for me?
I wanted you. I didn't say nothing about you.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
that's not what my audience told me.
Your audience. So you got an audience. Oh, okay. What kind of? Where's your audience from?
The audience that watches you somehow, some way. I don't know why. I thought this was the Clinton Dragon show all of a sudden.
You thought this was a Clinton Dragon show?
Yeah, you guys keep talking about Clinton.
Well, a Clinton caller called in and wanted to talk about the Dragons, like an Oliver Springs caller called a while ago and wanted to talk about Oliver Springs. So we sort of talk about whoever's on the phone at the time. So that's how this show goes. I'm sorry?
What's to talk about with Clinton?
What's to talk about Clinton? Well, Clinton won tonight. So that's a region game. You've been harping on that game. You've been harping on that Clinton's not won a region game in a year or two now. So they've won the region. They've won a region game now. So you got to shut up about that now. So what else? What else would there be?
I'm not going to say the guy's name because I know he's watching. But he's a former Clinton football player and a Clinton high school or a former Clinton basketball player. So he played both sports. Not going to say his name because he'll get mad at me. But I will say this. I talked to him in the summer about the Oak Ridge Clinton game. He was feeling pretty good about it. Last week, when Clinton played Scott High School, I asked him the same thing. Still feeling good? And he said no. And I asked him why. It's a win. He said it's Scott High School, the worst fielded team a high school team can ever produce. So congrats on Campbell County. I guess that's a good win, but
hadn't beat him in 4 years.
If we're celebrating against Scott High School, then sure, good job, I guess.
I don't know nobody that celebrated for Scott High School. It was just a win.
Hey, you said they're getting off the right track.
Well, they are. They are. They're starting to score some points finally, where they wasn't scoring any points. So the last couple of weeks they put some points on the board. Hey, listen. In a couple of weeks, call me back after Oak Ridge plays Concord Christian.
Where's your partner in crime?
He's not here tonight. He's in Las Vegas.
Why? Oh, Las Vegas?
Yeah, they wanted to see him out in Las Vegas tonight. He's doing the show out there.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. All right. Well, I was just curious because I'm hearing all these Clinton fans talk about how relieved they are, and they keep forgetting it's Campbell County. And you got to remember. Who do Oak Ridge played tonight? They played Carnes.
Okay. All right, then.
And we beat Jefferson County and Powell. Something you're not going to do.
Something we're not going to. Well, we don't play Jefferson County, so we won't get a chance. We won't get a chance to have that as a win. They play Powell. They play Powell next Friday, and we'll talk about that next Friday when it gets here. I don't know who's going to win that game a bit more than you do.
It's Powell, buddy. Don't worry.
Okay, buddy. We'll see. We'll just have to wait and see, because according to you, that Clinton wasn't going to win tonight neither.
I said that'd be a close game.
You said it would be a close game. Well, it wasn't a close game.
Hey, I was proven wrong.
Congrats. Oh, you was proven wrong. Talk to me after Oak Ridge plays Concord Christian.
Hey, never forget, audience, this guy chose Tyler Saxon to beat Oak Ridge, and he got proven wrong in that game when this show was at Pizza Inn. We haven't forgotten there, Queener. We have not forgotten.
I don't even remember that. That's been so
and
long
in
ago.
fact,
That's
we have
so much.
video evidence.
Do what?
We have video evidence of you still picking Tyler Saxon to beat Oak Ridge when he was a senior at Clinton.
Okay.
You were hyping on that train. I think Clinton's going to beat him. Well, no, they didn't beat him.
Okay. All right. I said that many years ago, so, okay. If you say I said it, I said it.
I know you said it. We have video evidence.
I could care less if you got video evidence of it. Just to be honest with you. I think I have the right to, pretty much to say what I want to say when it comes to who I think might win a game.
You're right.
That's exactly right. I'm right.
It's just almost half the time you're wrong.
You know. Here's the funny thing. No, not half the time I'm wrong. Here's the funny thing about it. I don't know that you're an Oak Ridge fan like you let on.
I don't think I am either.
I've talked to some Oak Ridge people that says you're not.
Yeah, I believe them. Just believe them.
Okay. I'm just repeating what I was told. I got my audience has called me and told me that. Oak Ridge
Your audience and Dragons.
Oak Ridge people, a really good source. Somebody that's got a lot to do with Oak Ridge football has called and told me that. A lot to do with it. He's there every Friday night on the field.
Well, there you go.
See you next week. All right, folks, 483-8112, mouth of the South there calling in. He knows it all. At least he didn't tell us he's in Las Vegas tonight, so we'll let it roll from that. Let's jump out and take another break. We'll be right back here on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard.
Football is back. And OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacle blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OAB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your red into a check.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, we have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference, so we can all continue to move forward together.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
Your local Ferris dealer is S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood. Call 865-354-0600.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health, for every moment.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Scoreboard, folks, and it's an interesting night. You know, we've got callers that's got fans out here and got audiences, and they call them and then they call us. Wow, that's amazing that everything that's going on. But be careful when you call and want to talk smack. Sometimes it comes back on you. So anyway, big night for the area around here anyway. Oak Ridge wins tonight, Anderson County wins tonight, Clinton wins tonight, Oliver Springs wins tonight, Coalfield wins tonight, Kingston wins tonight, Rockwood wins tonight. Just in our area around here are our local teams that we mainly cover here. So all those teams won tonight, got off and are off and running. Said Anderson County gets their first win of the year. Clinton gets win number 2. Oak Ridge, I think, is 4-0. No, wait a minute, 3-0, I think, maybe because they had a bye in week 2. Weird situation, but a bye week 2. So everybody's off and running. Like I said, you know, next week we'll be at the halfway point of this gig thing here. We'll be at, you know, in the 5th week, just the regular season, not for the whole year, but in the regular season, we'll be at the halfway point next, and it's going by really quick. Just to be honest, it's flying by pretty quick. So get out and support your local high school football teams, bands, and cheerleaders, and they're all the time doing something trying to raise money to continue on with all their programs, whether it's buying band uniforms or whatever. So get out and support those organizations. 483-8112. That's our number here. Give us a call. We'll be more than glad to talk to you in just a few minutes. I think Brad Jones is going to be in. He's going to sit down with me for a few minutes. We'll talk a little college football coming up here in about 15, 20 minutes, something like that, maybe about right at 11:30, and we'll finish the last 30 minutes of the show up talking a little college football. You know, if anybody's got anything they want to say about what they saw last week, I didn't really see anybody last week that played that really just impressed me. that really I just said, you know, that's going to be a team right there that could be in the Final Four coming up. There were some interesting games. There were some good games, but you know, I think the lopsided loss that LSU had against Florida State, that's one just that comes to my mind. So, but I think and probably the biggest upset last weekend in college anyway, as far as I'm concerned, was Duke taking down Clemson. And we'll talk brackets here. I'll ask him that question. Does he think Clemson's little run is over with? So if that means it's over with, is Dabo Swinney in trouble at Clemson? If he's losing to people like Duke, he probably is in trouble. But anyway, we'll get to that in a little bit. Like I say, 483-8112, give us a call. We'll be more glad to talk, finish up talking this high school football with everybody. You know, it's like I said, a lot of teams are really playing good football right now, and they're really rolling. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen in the next 2 or 3 weeks with a couple of teams. See what happens as far as how this region sets up. There'll be some teams we'll know who's 1, 2, 3, and 4 probably going in here in the next 3 or 4 weeks. So be interesting to see. Glad to see Kingston tonight get back on the winning side. They go down last week. Glad to see Oliver Springs win the game tonight. An Oakdale team that was undefeated until tonight. And then I don't know what happened. It was really a close football game, and then wham, it was not a close football game. So Oliver Springs gets on the right side, and they even their record up at 2-2 also. So Harriman, like I said, an earlier caller called and talked about Coach Tapp. I'm a fan of Coach Tapp, so you're not really going to get me to side with you about him, but you know, I know he does a good job. So they're having some tough times right now. I was trying to think what their record was last year, and I'm not for sure, but I know they've not won a game this year. So we'll see what happens here in the next 4 or 5 weeks. We'll see what happens. So 483-8112, give us a call. I'm surprised we ain't had more people other than the one guy that says he's from Oak Ridge called tonight. But Oak Ridge did play away at Carnes. Not that far, really, when you think about it. It's not that far of a drive there or back here. So we'll see. I don't know if Jesse's going to call tonight or not. With Cox not being here, Cox always gets him to call. We'll see if he gets in here in a little bit and calls us. It's about his time frame to be calling. So we'll see what happens with that tonight. Like I said, next week Clinton is at Powell. I do not know who Oak Ridge has next week. Maybe somebody could call and tell us that. Let's see here if I can find that for next week. Okay, Oak Ridge has McMinn County next week before they come to Clinton. That's a game that they've played in the past, so I would think that's another win for the Ridgers. I would think anyway. And then then they're at Clinton the following week. So I was trying to see if McMinn County was on here anywhere tonight, if they played, how they done. I don't see them on here anywhere. If anybody knows how McMinn County done tonight, give us a call and let us know what the score was. All right, McMinn County won 46-20 tonight over East Hamilton, and they're 2-2. So should be a good football game for Oak Ridge next week. Clinton is at Powell next week. I think Anderson County's at home with Seymour. It's a Seymour team that if they didn't win tonight, I don't know if they played tonight or not, they're winless. So it's another winless team that AC will play next week if they didn't win tonight. And I've not seen anything about Seymour tonight to tell me if they played or they didn't play. So I really don't know. That's just a football team that's fell on really hard times over there for the last 4 or 5 years. We'll see. And that Seymour goes down tonight, 41-0. So they're 0-3, so they're still winless on the year. That's who AC's got next Friday night. And that's the game of the week as Brad rolls in here and says that's the game of the week. As he says, unfortunately, ain't much you can do about it. You just got to take what the schedule provides. So, anyways. So our game of the week next week is Seymour at Anderson County, and is that a region game, Brad?
It is a region game.
Okay.
That's why I picked it.
Yeah.
Well, scheduling-wise, Anderson County's kind of hard to do this year. They don't have many home games.
How many they got? Just got 5?
Yeah, I got 4.
4 is all they got?
I think. Let me look here real quick. Tonight was a night of close games, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now what
a lot of blowouts.
What state was you in?
A lot of blowouts tonight.
Yeah, there was a lot of blowouts tonight. A lot of some surprises tonight. I think the surprise to me is the Clinton game.
Yep.
I didn't see that coming. I was worried about that game tonight.
They've got 5, but they're all at the lower end of the season. They've got West, Open, Gibbs, South Doyle to finish the season out.
And they should run the table on that right there.
Including West?
Oh, they do have West? Okay, I didn't hear you say West.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a tough football.
I think West is in the league of their own right now.
Yes. West is they just got a ton of athletes. I mean, man, when you got the athletes, you got them. It ain't too hard to coach athletes neither. You just keep them, point them in the right direction, So,
hey, can you print me some scores, Chan? Yeah, please.
Hey, I think the shocker tonight, if you want to call it a shock, Cleveland beats Farragut tonight.
I saw that. Pretty handily, too.
Yeah, 43,
23 minutes?
43, something like that, 20-something, yeah. Beat them pretty handily. So it's a Cleveland football team, but I think Cleveland lost last week. I can't remember who they lost, but I believe they lost last week. So that was sort of a shocker tonight. And then another shocker is Maryville lost again tonight. But I listened to
the West.
Yes.
Right.
But I listened to the Maryville coach earlier on this evening on the evening news, and he was talking about the kids that got hurt that they've lost. They lost a quarterback. They've lost their starting quarterback. They've lost their starting running back. He's through for the year. He didn't say if the quarterback Maryville. He didn't say if the quarterback was through for the year or not, but that he would. He talked like he would be back at some point, but they've had quite a few injuries, and he's, as most coaches say, next man up. We just got to go on. So.
Yep.
But looked like Union County had quite a few kids out tonight. I mean, looked like they had a lot on their sidelines. I don't know.
First thing I noticed when I printed their roster, they had a ton of 10s and 9s on there, which is sophomore and freshman. They have, I think, 40, I think he said 40 underclassmen on a 50-something man roster.
That's good for the future.
Well, it's good for the future,
if you
but
keep them out
only
there.
6 seniors, I think I counted on the roster.
Wow.
Yeah. And they just couldn't do anything against the first team.
Well, me and Chandler was cheering them on there at the end when they was getting ready to score. We were sitting here come up with getting them to score. Not that we were against Kingston. We were just wanting Union County to score again. Yeah, you did feel sorry. You did feel sorry for them a little bit.
And
so
the coaches, I mean, they were still coaching because they held them on the field and talking about something. Because Kingston's band did their performance. Austin Peace band started doing their performance. And they were still sitting out there.
Oh, they were still sitting out there talking? Mm-hmm. Well, maybe, you know, a drubbing like this, I don't know, you know. And what, Union County come in tonight 2-1 or 1-2? 2-1. 2-1. So they've won a couple football games this year. So I mean, it's not like they've not won any games. So, was there any shockers tonight that you had?
I've not seen the score. That's why I was telling him to print me some scores after the game. I, pack up and hurry up here. Here we go. Thank you. I can't see those over there.
I couldn't till after I had my eyes off. It got the cataract off my eye. Where I could see it, I can see them now.
Right there's in the way.
Yeah.
Let's see. Poor Scott County's lost again. That's 23, I think, straight.
Might be.
So.
Might be.
23, 24, somewhere in that range. You know, Union County, they had already doubled their win total from last year coming into that game. They were 2-1, well, 2-2 now, but they only won one game last season. So, I mean, they were off to a good start, I guess.
You know, and that's a pretty good sized school up there. I don't understand why they struggle. I don't understand. I don't know if it's the non-consistent of the coaching staffs they've had up there. You know, and I know it does. It does help to.
Well, I didn't need these, Biggie. But that's fine. I'll use that.
Easier for your eyes.
Well, I didn't know. I don't know if it's because they're coaches, because they can't keep a coaching staff up there or what. So I don't know what the deal is.
Now I heard you talk a little bit about the Clinton-Campbell County game. That surprised me that it's that one-sided. 54-14 or 55-14.
Yeah, I didn't think it'd be that one-sided.
Yeah.
Just, you want me to be honest with you, I really thought Clinton might get beat tonight. I thought Clinton was going to have to play even better than they played last week against Scott, and that wasn't much of an opponent last week in Scott. So they were going to have to play better than that. So, and it's evident they did. That's you take the Campbell County game. That's a team that Clinton's not beaten 4 years.
That Granger Pigeon Forge game 7-6. Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
According to Coach Steve.
That's a barn burner.
That might be one of the
lowest scoring games.
That might be one of the lowest scoring games of the night. Just to be honest with you.
It is.
Just to be honest.
Well, I mean, as far as total points, I think 13 points.
Yeah, because all you got to do is look up there and see 35-0, 47-24. I mean, there's some high-scoring games that's on the board tonight. So
Cloudland got handled pretty well, 47-24.
Yep, Johnson County.
Yep.
What did you think about the game last night getting washed again? Do you think they should have played that? Well, as a fan, I wish they'd have played that game tonight. Went back and finished it.
Or tomorrow night.
Yeah,
or tomorrow day.
Or tomorrow day or something. But could have went. They didn't have to play it on TV. Maybe just went back and finished the game.
I'm sure Mark would have loved to have finished the game. But it's crazy. I mean, it was. I don't know if it was still storming somewhere that they didn't want to start back, but the superintendent said no. Said because Alcoa had originally said they called the game. Alcoa's AD raised Kane saying, hey, wait, I've got to say so in this. And then the superintendent of Greenville, or Greene County, whatever, said no. Said, it's my call. Game's over. No contest. So, like I said, that's 2 straight for
Well, I wonder what the
2-0.
Wonder what the reasoning is, because it was going to be so late because it's a school day the next day. Is that probably? I'm sure that's the reason they're using.
I'm sure that's probably had a lot to do with it. But would they have done that on a Friday night? You remember the night we were in Midway, and it was a Thursday night game.
It was, and we played it.
And it was after midnight before it was over.
Yep. Was
when the power went out?
Yeah, when the power went out, and we had a game at Harriman once. We had a lot of rain, and we got some delays in it, but we finished it. It was on a Thursday night too, wasn't it? We did it was on a Thursday night. Yeah, it was on it. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just think somewhere down the road. That hurts Greenville.
Yes.
I'm just not getting those completed. And there were some games up there tonight again. Kingsport and them were in lightning delay again.
That's what Chandler was telling me.
Yeah, they're up there in Science Hill, and all we're in a lightning delay again up there tonight.
This must be the.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Brad, it's good to see you. How was Cofield?
I didn't go to Cofield.
Well, how is it? Why do you guys win so much? What makes Cofield a spoiled machine? Like, since I was in middle school, they've been good. Is it like kids down there just know the system when they're little?
I don't know. I mean, I think they got some lean years coming up in the future. Just not maybe 3 or 4 more years. There's some small guys coming up. But, of course, they can grow. They can grow.
Yeah, I know, but, there's a lot of small schools.
To be honest with you, I'm very surprised on this season. I didn't think, with what they lost on the line this past year and all the skill players that they lost, I did not expect them to be rolling over top of people like they are right now.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can remember when I was little, and they were still good. They were feared. And I'm looking at the scoreboard, and I see a lot of small schools like Midway, Harriman. And I'm just curious what makes a small school like Cofield successful. Like, what do they do down there? Is there something specific? They kind of remind me a little bit of a smaller Maryville. Like, Maryville has success over the years. Cofield in the single A level has shown success in this area. Is it like something they do in the little leagues down there?
Well, they do push the little leagues. I mean, little leagues, they start them young, and 5 years old, and they play right on up through. And they have a really good middle school program too. Coach Basler, Sean Basler, has won several of these East Tennessee championships. I think they lost last year to Midway. So Midway's got some talent that's coming up. Cofield might have thumped them tonight, but they got some talent coming up. Plus, Midway was out 4 starters tonight too. So that
Midway was?
Yeah, well, because of the incident last week.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right.
They originally had 5 and one in appeal.
One on appeal.
Yeah. So,
right.
And then Rockwood had one in appeal too. So.
Well, I know Queener talked about it a little bit, and it's definitely a subject I'm interested in. I heard a caller calling about Coach Tapp from Harriman, and I heard Queener say he's on board with Tapp because he's done a good job, and I'm sure he's done a good job building that program up over the years. But business is business, and it's not personal. It's just business. And right now, or lately, last couple of years, it's just they've not really got it done. And when I say they, I mean him.
Well,
like you said, something personal. It's just business.
A lot of people used to get on to him about his offense. Well, he adapted. He went to the spread offense, and I mean, you got to have the kids. I mean, kids got to want to come out and they want to play and play hard. And
how many times back in the day did we go to Harriman earlier in the year and go later on in the year
and
not even have the same football team because of injuries? There'd be a team standing on the sidelines, everybody that was injured that was from Harriman. So that's not exactly what I said about Coach Tapp. I said I like Coach Tapp, and he does a good job, I think. He's just not been winning. I don't have any idea I'm not down there. I don't even know how many kids he's got out.
And it's not, I don't think it's that he don't know how to coach.
I think he knows how to coach.
Yeah. I mean, winning's a funny thing. It's a weird thing in high school. I mean, if you get a 15, 16, 17-year-old that don't want to listen, don't want to play, don't want to, stay up half the night, come out the next day and can't play. I mean, I used to preach it all the time when we were out of school for the kids to get in school or to get in bed early. Don't stay up half the night playing Fortnite. Go to bed at your normal time, get up at your normal time, and keep your day as routine as possible, because sure as the world, if you stay up half the night, you're going to play like dog poo.
Well, Brad, last question. It's coming up. We might as well talk about it. What's your thoughts on the Oak Ridge Clinton game? And be honest.
Well, I'll be honest. First of the year, before the season started, I was like, this may be Clinton's year. Maybe. Now, seeing both teams the way they started, I worried about Clinton. But now Clinton's kind of made it, turned around and started scoring some points. So it may be back to that point to where I think it's a good game. I
don't know myself.
I mean, I got to play it. I've gotten so, where I can't tell anymore pick on how kids play. I mean, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. Who do you have winning?
Right now, Oak Ridge. But I don't know that it'll be a blowout. I don't think it'll be a blowout. Now, one thing Clinton has to do is they have to get over that mental block. I
can agree with that.
Of beating.
They definitely have that.
Because
losing mentality and can't really get over the hump, whatever it is.
We had lost. I'm going to use a basketball analogy again because that's we had lost like 20-something straight games to Wartburg, and it was just we would have some really close games with them, but just couldn't get over the hump. And it was that mental block that we had that, we can't beat them. We can't beat them. Well, if you think that, you're not going to. So if Clinton can get pushed past the mental block, I think they have a chance.
I will say this about Clinton and Oak Ridge. There'll be some athletes on the field on both sides when that game goes down, because there's some athletes at Clinton and there are some athletes at Oak Ridge too. So I don't know who.
Yeah, for once I agree with Queener, but
don't agree with me on anything, okay? Don't agree.
And,
I guess. Hold on a minute. I guess your audience is telling you to agree with me, right? You call in here and say your audience is calling. You're a joke, man.
I was rudely interrupted. But I've always said, I said this at the beginning of the year, Clinton has the skill position players. They can 100% beat Oak Ridge. There's no doubt about that. I never said they could not. However, with that being said, their coaching is questionable and their defense is terrible. Their kids are slow, and good thing for them tonight, they played a slower team in Campbell County. That's why they put up so many points. Queener said it on the air. They lost a lot of players from last year. And, yeah, they have. So, but we'll see. As I said, they have the skill position players to beat Oak Ridge. And Oak Ridge, they've got a young quarterback that made a lot of mistakes tonight. It didn't show on the score, but he threw 2-3 interceptions. Young sophomore quarterback. So if Clinton can capitalize and make him throw some interceptions, I could see that being the game. If he was more seasoned, I wouldn't be worried about it. But I'm a little worried right now for our quarterback. Young stud, but still young. So, yeah, we'll see. Final thoughts, Brad?
Final thoughts on Oak Ridge Clinton?
What we just talked about, Clinton, Oak Ridge.
2 weeks, right? Is that when they play?
2 weeks we'll play. We'll talk about it.
And it'll be the BBB game of the week.
Call us back. We got to go. We got another caller.
Thanks for calling, man.
Good caller. You're on the air.
Good evening. How you doing, sir?
Hey, it's Ron Bear.
Why'd you call me on my cell phone knowing I'm on the air right now?
Well, that was a mistake.
Yeah. It was a mistake. Well, I was going to call you back and tell you to call us on the air and talk to us. How'd you do tonight?
My secretary did that.
Yeah, your secretary didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
How did you do tonight?
What was your question?
How did you do tonight? How did Eli do tonight?
Good. Davidson Academy defeated Battleground Academy in a good game and stayed undefeated. So it's a good deal for them.
Yeah, I seen it on Coach T. It was 15-0 is what they had on Coach T. I don't know if that's a final or not, but that's what they had at one point anyway.
Right. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Is he a senior this year? Is he?
Is he a senior? What are you thinking about tomorrow's game now?
I don't know. Hey, is Eli a senior this year?
Yes.
That's what
okay, Brad was asking you that. Brad's sitting here with me. He asked, what I think about the game tomorrow? I don't understand why Tennessee's playing Austin Peay, other than I do know why they're playing them, but I don't know.
Well, they got to check the Wi-Fi and stuff out and make sure everything.
Okay, they got to check the Wi-Fi out. Well, let's be honest for a change, and that'd be hard for you to do. Just be honest. What's Tennessee going? I mean, other than getting some young kids some playing time tomorrow, what's Tennessee benefit from playing Austin Peay? Not
Well,
one
the same
thing. Not one thing.
The reason that everybody last week loaded up and played an easy team. So it's the same. I mean, it's the same thing. Only Tennessee just waited a week.
Well, Parker plays against Kentucky tomorrow, so.
Is that game on TV?
It's on SEC Plus.
SEC Plus?
Yeah, just like last week.
I hope he likes Parker
But the
McKinney.
big one tomorrow, of course, is Texas and Alabama.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who you think wins that game?
I like Alabama just because they're playing at home.
Yeah, I probably agree with you on that. Hey, last Saturday, not last Saturday, I guess it was Sunday, LSU loses to Florida State and Clemson loses to Duke. Which one of those coaches that lost is on the hot seat the most, Clemson or LSU?
I don't think either of them are on the hot seat.
You don't think? You think if Dabo Swinney keeps on losing to people like Duke, he ain't on the hot seat?
Well, but now, you know, Duke was a 9-2 team last year, and if you look at the physicality that Duke has this year, that's not a bad football team.
I can agree with you with that about it. Not.
I mean, you know, they've got good quarterback play. Remember, they gave LSU the only touchdown they scored on that fumble punt.
I just think Dabo's time.
I think you know, as long as Dabo's still got him in the hunt for a conference championship, he's okay. LSU, Kelly's fine. I mean, he's still got a sweetheart deal going, but Florida State, you know, Florida State made them look pretty bad.
They sure did. So you never answered my question, other than they're going to try the Wi-Fi out tomorrow. I don't know what that's got to do with the football game for the football players, but what does Tennessee actually benefit from that game? What do they get other than
they get to make sure all game day operations are functional? You know, they get to sell a lot of beer, make sure the taps are just right, beer's cold. I mean, there's just a lot of things.
You can't answer the question, can you?
They're selling wine too.
They're selling wine. Don't forget the wine. Hey, by any chance, did you read the Knoxville paper today or look at it?
I did.
What did you think about the article in there about your favorite coach over that's not at UT no more? Philip Fulmer.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I read the one about Evan Ford.
Philip Fulmer today?
Oh yeah, they were on him a little bit today about you know nobody's really giving him much of the blame over there. All the problems at Tennessee, and this is one thing I do agree with the reporter on. The problems at Tennessee started under Fulmer, and the problems almost took Tennessee out of football because of Philip Fulmer.
Was that in John Adams' column?
Yeah.
No, I don't read that trash. That's
ain't trash.
That's propaganda.
I agree with it. It did. All of the problems started with. But go back to my original question.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm just saying that column is generally propaganda.
Hold on just a minute. Other than all those other things you said about tomorrow's game, what does Tennessee football players get from the game tomorrow? Nothing.
Well, now you let a receiver score a couple touchdowns and their NIL goes up.
Nico gets some more time.
Goes up.
He does. I'll tell you something. I think they should work on tomorrow. They better work on the downfield passing game because right now we got a lot of the short passing games there, but the stretching the field, I don't know who that is yet.
We stretched it pretty good last week. I mean, he
dropped.
Well, he dropped
the guy's arms that was dropped. I mean, I don't know. That's not you can't do it any better than that.
Yeah,
perfect pass.
Yeah, it was a good pass, but he didn't catch. That's what I mean. We got to find somebody to catch the ball.
That's just a fluky thing.
Oh my God! You're a true Tennessee. You can tell you're a true Tennessee fan.
Good workout.
Ah, Lord. Well, all we got right now is
things are going to happen like that, but it's just that's just the way it is. But
well, listen.
But
last year, if that pass would have been thrown, that would have been 6. That'd have been a touchdown.
Well, they dropped some passes last year.
That would have been a touchdown.
They dropped some passes last year, but you got to give them some slack. But it's going to be. I think what you're really seeing now, tomorrow in Tuscaloosa, you're seeing just a preview of an SEC game that's coming next year.
Hey, did you see where they're putting their? Did you see where Alabama's putting their band and their all their tickets? Upper Deck.
Well, yeah, that's. I mean, how about Nebraska and Colorado?
Be a big game. Prime might win him another one tomorrow.
I mean, they say that ticket's going for more money than the Alabama-Texas game.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it. They say
couldn't sell a ticket last year.
Couldn't sell one this year, and they're selling them out. Hey, they say Prime's that he's got a pretty good coaching staff. I heard some people talking about his coaching staff today.
I saw that last week, and he's also got two sons that could probably put you in a winning program wherever you go.
Yeah, I agree. With you.
I think that's one to really watch. I think some coaches are just they were trying to say it was a fluke last week, and he was a fluke, but he's going to show that he's the real deal now. I mean, obviously, he's already upgraded the facilities. They have 60,000 at the spring game. I think he's going to end up being the real deal. That's going to be look what he's going to do for NIL people. And look at all those folks that quit last year, transferred, and that he ran off.
85 new players did he get? Was that what I heard?
There's a bunch. I don't know how many it is total, but it's over 50 at least. Yeah. Well, a lot of people didn't like the way he done. They're not liking the way he's coaching by doing the NI. It's legal. Why not do it? But what I thought was the best thing about Colorado and Deion, but primetime era was they didn't even have the money to sign him. They signed him and didn't have the money to pay him, and they had to raise it in order to pay. They had to raise the $29 million in order to pay him. They didn't have the money in their budget, period. They had to get donations to pay him.
He's gonna be the real deal.
Well, he can coach. He's already proven that.
Any surprises on the high school games?
Big surprise tonight for me will be Maryville losing again tonight. That's a big surprise with Maryville losing.
Well, but really they lost to a good team though.
I know they did, but it's still a surprise that they lost tonight. I mean, you just wonder if the time with them, if their run's coming to, their dynasty's coming to an end, and it'll roll to somebody else for a little while probably.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest surprise to me. I mean,
didn't have many close games tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's not even a very close game. Clinton wins big tonight against Campbell County. First time they beat them in 4 years. Probably it did solidify a playoff spot for Clinton now. So Clinton's starting to play up to the potential that everybody thought they'd be playing at the first of the year. So the next 3 weeks will tell us a lot about Clinton, what the rest of the year is going to, because it's Powell, Oak Ridge, and Anderson County. So we'll know a lot about the Dragons the next 3 weeks. Watch out and see what happens.
Well, good deal. Just, go Vols again. It's heading toward 9-2.
You didn't tell me that earlier on. You didn't say 9-2, what you told me.
That's what we said last week.
You told me 8-3, I think.
No, 9-2.
I did see something about Heupel today. I don't remember where I seen it, that since he's been there, they've scored 2,000 and I forgot what it was. 2,000 and
bunch of points.
No, it's a bunch of points. 2,000 some points, and they've only give up 800 or right at 900 points or something like that. Talking about his offense and everything. So I don't know. People don't like that brand of ball he plays. They don't. A lot of people don't like it. But
we'll see. Let's get after it.
All right, buddy. Be careful. Appreciate you calling.
Hey, buddy.
All right. See you, buddy. All right.
Here's the score. Oh, is there another call?
Yeah, we got another call. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hello.
Is my dad still on there?
Oh, hey, baby. What are you doing? No. I just heard hello. What are you doing?
I'm laying in Carter's bed.
You are. You're on the air, right?
I do know this.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
So don't say any bad words.
I am my dad's favorite child, and everybody knows it, so I'm not letting him tell you differently.
Chandler said he's going to cut the phone.
I'm also hilarious.
What?
I'm also hilarious.
Okay, I don't know what she said.
I'm very funny. Very
funny.
She's funny. So
funny.
she's hilarious.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
Okay.
I'm the life of the party.
Life of the party, yep. Hey, you were at the Coalfield game. Tell us about the Coalfield game tonight. I'm sure you paid attention to it.
I did. It was very boring. We killed them. Poor Greenways. We're just too good for them.
Okay.
I will say.
Who stood out for Coalfield tonight?
Who stood out?
Yeah. Who did all the scoring? How'd Wayland do?
Wayland is really good. Cruz made a touchdown.
Cruz scored again?
Touchdown.
Yeah.
I know Wayland did for a fact. Hold on.
Wayland Burgess is who we're talking
Wayne
about.
Adcock
Cruz
made
Shannon.
a touchdown. Eli Roberts made a touchdown. Lucas Adcock made a touchdown.
Nice.
Wait, Wayland did not make a touchdown.
Who did not? Wayland?
Wayland did not make a
Oh.
touchdown. Wait, you see it? Yes.
He needs to work on his jump shot anyway. Just stay in the basket. Just stay in the gym. Wayland, stay in the gym.
Luke Reese, Matthew Denton, Cruz Shannon, Colton Henry, Lucas Adcock, Eli Roberts, and Lane Adcock.
I think everybody scored, but Coach maybe. I was going to say Herb, but I don't want to say.
Sounds like a lot of Adcock scoring tonight.
Yeah. Did Keith Adcock score?
No.
No?
He did not.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I'm sad that you're not here with me, that you're with
I'd
your
be
brother.
asleep anyway.
Huh?
I'd be asleep anyway.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, I'll see you in the morning.
Okay.
All right. Love you.
Love you.
Bye. Bye, Brett. Your brother said bye, Brett. I don't know what. Oh, I was going to say the score that stood out. Eagleton got their first win tonight as a program. They won 21-18 over West Green. You familiar with Eagleton? Are you?
Is that?
It's in Blount County.
In Blount County.
Yeah, it's Eagleton Academy is what their name is. Eagleton College and Career Academy. They were a middle school.
Yeah, it used to
And
be
then
really good middle school.
Yes, really good. And I think 3 years ago they decided to be a high school. So they only had like a freshman, sophomore class. And so they didn't start playing any varsity sports yet. We played them in a JV basketball-wise 2 years ago. And but now they've started their first year of football and got their first win tonight.
That's good.
That's another Blount County team.
I didn't know they had went to a high school team. I can tell you back in the day, when it was a junior high, and a junior high, not middle, man, they had some good football teams at Eagleton Junior High. Yes, some real good football teams. Sure did.
So they're cranking up the sports there.
Yep.
Just another.
There was somebody else over there that won tonight. William Blount maybe won tonight. Is that right? Am I right on William Blount? And I think they're
Yes.
I think they're undefeated.
45-35 over Morristown East.
Yeah. You know, that's a big win too.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you think about the game?
4-0. You're right.
They're 4-0. They're
Blount.
undefeated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Folks, if you want to talk college football, Tennessee, there's not much to talk about as far as I'm concerned. Tennessee's schedule don't start till later on. Like I said, if you don't give us a call at 483-8112, me and Brad will talk to you. But what do you think Tennessee gets out of tomorrow, other than getting some kids some playing time?
They don't get any money. They have to pay.
They're paying Austin Peay
But
something, right?
at least the money's staying in the state.
Yeah.
I think every SEC school has an FCS school on their schedule. And I don't know why they do it. I wish they would go to a 9-game season.
You think that's going to happen when Tennessee? I don't. I don't think.
I don't see how it can't with as many teams as we have. You got to. I mean, and doing away with divisions, and I just don't understand. I mean, how do you have a true champion? If you're not playing everybody, I guess. Of course, you couldn't play everybody, but not in football. But
I just think it's going to. I'm just not for these big conferences myself. I think you leave.
We got the Pac-2, late night Pac-2 now.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm not. What do you get out of having a conference that's got 20 teams in it? I mean, other than it is. I don't know what you get. I don't know how it's.
Yeah.
I mean, how's it fair
I
to
can't
say?
keep up with who's in what
How's it
conferences.
fair to say you're the conference champion when you actually didn't play? It's different, I think, when it was East, West, or whatever, Tennessee,
Right.
whatever that was. It's a little bit different.
But
you were representing the East and they were representing the North, and you played just about everybody on that one side.
I just don't see how it's right for a team like Tennessee to play Georgia and Alabama every year. You know,
aren't they saying that's just the rivalry games they're keeping in there to keep
it's the rivalry games, but I mean, you know, who's got the Vanderbilt and you know who's their rival?
Well, you
Missouri?
know, yeah, I guess. Well, if you look at, you know, when I think about Tennessee, I think Tennessee and Vandy's a rivalry game. I think Tennessee and Kentucky's a rivalry game.
It's a rivalry game that we own.
Yeah, that we do own those games, but it's always they've always been on. I do too, and they've always been on the schedule.
Yeah,
always, as long as I can remember.
Yeah, out of any teams that we could lose to, those are two.
Teams. Well, those used to be two teams that in November was you put a W beside. You just went ahead early in the year and put a W out there because it was a win.
Yep.
I thought we had a call there.
Got
Maybe
a call?
not.
Call talk to Chandler.
They're calling talking to Chandler in there, so he's screening them really good tonight. All right. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Nico's not going to play tomorrow.
He's not. Why?
I don't know.
You don't know?
How do you know? Can you tell me how you know that?
I heard it on Channel 10.
Oh, you heard it on the news. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said that in Heat. I mean...
I hadn't heard any. Well, I'm not seeing an injury report or anything, and I don't know, but there was talk about him in the paper today. So
I thought I saw.
What did it say?
It didn't say nothing about him being injured. They was talking about, he's definitely not redshirting this year. They said he wasn't going to redshirt. That he'd be, So I don't know. I mean, that's first I've heard that he's out tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure he is.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
All
I
right.
wouldn't bet my life on it.
No. The only thing I see on here is it says he won't be redshirting.
Yeah,
story-wise.
Story-wise.
That was 2 days ago.
Yeah, story-wise, he's not redshirting. I do know that I've seen that. I've not seen that he's injured in any form or fashion. So he could be, but we'll see tomorrow.
Okay.
I think we'll see early tomorrow.
Yeah, we will see early tomorrow. Is Austin Peay, have they even started? Is this their first game, or have they already played one?
I don't have a clue. Hey, their band sounded good tonight.
They always do.
I mean, they played with Kingston.
Yeah, they played with Kingston.
My ears were ringing.
Yeah, they always.
Those two bands together, my ears were ringing.
I've been there
tonight.
once before when they. I'm not sure neither. Why are you on? Let's take the last little bit here and talk about Parker McKinney tomorrow. I know I'm a fan of him just like you are. Getting a chance to come in the SEC tomorrow, and I'm going to say automatically he's going to shine because I think he's that good. I hope he does shine. I hope they beat Kentucky tomorrow. I just do.
That would be nice.
It would be nice. I don't know. Have they got has he got a pretty good team around him this year, or do you know?
Well, I'd hoped they were. I talked to Coach Wells this past spring when Parker announced that he was going to stay for his 5th year. They had a press conference. They called me personally to come up and record the press conference, but also I got to interview Coach Wells and Parker both. But I told him, I said, I sure hope you can have a better defense this year, because their defense was awful last year. They had to score 50-something. It was like Tennessee. They had to score 50-something points to win a game.
Yeah.
And I see you too, Christy. And I don't really, but I see you on my phone. they got thumped pretty bad last week at Cincinnati. I don't know if you saw that score.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, they lost 66-13, I think it was. Ooh. Yeah, Parker, he just didn't get enough time to throw. I mean, that's the problem with these FCS teams is their lines trying to stop a Power 5.
Well, there's a difference here. Yeah, and people need to realize that. But, man, I still say Parker McKinney could have played in the SEC. Brad, come on. He could have played.
I do, too.
He could have played quarterback.
That was one of the things that Coach Wells talked about was that he wouldn't name teams, but Parker had a lot of Power 5 schools contacting him, contacting someone, because you couldn't contact, because he wasn't in the portal. But there was a lot of interest in the Power 5 schools for Parker to transfer for his senior season. But he chose to stay at Eastern Kentucky, which, hindsight, will it be a bad decision or will it be a good decision? I mean, he holds every record already. He's only making them more.
I think all it does to me is just prove what type of young man he is, and I already know what type of young man. Or I got in my mind. I don't know him personally. I just know him from watching him on the football field all those years that I got to go with you and watch him in the playoffs mainly, more than anything, and us getting to watch him. And I become a really. I think he could have went either way. I think he played as good defensively as he did offensively. I think he could have went and played at some school like Mississippi State or Ole Miss or Kentucky, or he could have went to Vandy and played. Anybody that needed a quarterback, he could have went and played.
Talking about
Missouri.
Talking about his loyalty. EKU was the only school that offered him a full ride out of school, and he wouldn't even talk to anybody else. I mean, people would call and offer a preferred walk-on or something like that. But he stuck it out with Eastern Kentucky, and
You know what he's majoring in or anything?
He's in graduate school now. I don't know.
I don't know if he's going to maybe come back and be a school teacher or something. I can see him. I didn't know.
I'm not sure. Now, NIL money at Eastern Kentucky is not the same as NIL money for Nico, that type of thing. But he's pulling in some good money right now.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Yeah. So
I really, and I told Channel this earlier tonight. I really think he gets drafted next year by a pro football team. I think somebody, just because some things he can do.
Even if he's not drafted, he will get a free agency deal.
He'll get something.
Whether he makes a team or is on a practice squad or something, he will play. He will be on a football team. He will be on an NFL team. Now, whether he plays,
different
story. But he will, like I said, he'll either be on a practice squad, which they get paid league minimum, I think. So
he makes some good money being on a practice squad.
So I mean, I really think he'll be in the pros somehow, some way.
Yeah,
and if not, USFL or.
I'm just a huge fan, man. I just like him. I just think he's a good young man.
He's a good kid. I mean,
he's a good man.
I know personally because I coached him for 5 years in basketball.
Yeah, man. I've just heard too many good things about him. He just, and like I said, it just says who Parker McKinney is to stay where he's at. I think that says all you need to know about the young man. Just loyalty. It's loyalty. He could have left Cofield and went anywhere to any high school around here and went and played football.
He could have.
And he stayed right down there.
And may have gotten a Power 5 offer.
Exactly.
He could have come over here to Oak Ridge.
He could have played He could have played football and started at any school around here that we cover or know about. Guarantee he could have.
Kid that he took his job from Cofield. That kid come over here and started at Oak Ridge as a quarterback.
Well, he's a good.
So Parker could have done the same.
He's had a good high school career and a good college career, and I don't wish him but nothing but the best. And I'd give anything to see him be a school teacher and come back and coach at Cofield one day. I think that'd be great.
He might, because his dad coaches there.
It'd be great to see him do that.
Still coaches. Well, he coaches middle school. He helps in high school some, but.
What do you think the score is tomorrow before we get out of here?
Ugly.
Okay, I'm going to be looking for ugly.
Yeah, ugly.
60? Think he'll hang 60? I thought he could have hung.
He'd do 50.
He'd do 50? He do 50?
50 to nothing.
50 to nothing?
Now, they probably score because there's going to be a lot of people play tomorrow, I think.
And that's what I think. Barry wouldn't never say it, but I think that's what you get out of the game. You get to get some kids some playing time, make some kids, get everybody happy. Everybody get a little playing time, feel like they're needed. You just hope you don't get anybody hurt.
Well, the biggest thing is you'll have your second contest under your belt going into the swamp on the 16th.
Did you watch the Florida game? Did you see any of the Florida game?
I didn't because I watched the Oak Ridge game. Oak Ridge was on TV that night, so I didn't watch any.
Well, I flipped.
I didn't flip. I just watched.
Some of it.
I do streaming, so you have to. It's harder to jump back.
It's harder to jump back. Florida looked horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. I don't know any other way to say it.
You think it's probably the first coach that gets the axe this year?
I think if he loses to Tennessee, yes. Down the road, if he loses another couple SEC games, yes. And they say he's got a top 5 recruiting class coming next year.
Really?
Florida does.
Well, does that keep him?
Well, I've had some people.
Season?
You talk to some people, and they say yes, and some people say it doesn't matter. So, but you know, our favorite Florida fan he's called once this year. He ain't called anymore since they've been losing, since they lost. So I figured Eric would call, but he ain't called. But I don't know. I don't know if he gets to hang around or not. I think he's on the hot seat. I really do.
I don't see how.
I think Kelly at LSU's on the hot seat a little bit. I know it's early on. He's only been there 2 years, but that game really. The money, yeah.
I mean, Texas A&M.
Yeah,
the same boat. You know, they wanted to fire him last year, but what was his buyout, like $50 million or something like that?
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah,
it's huge. So I just think that's another coach that is probably in trouble. Texas A&M, he could be one. I just don't think Dabo Swinney can keep losing to teams like Duke and stuff like that. And I tell you somebody else that might be in way over his head, and that's old Beamer at South Carolina. That football team looked horrible the other night, too. That's another football team that doesn't look good.
Yeah, we sure didn't look good down there last year, though.
Well, you got that right. You hit that on the head. So, game of the week next week, Seymour, Anderson County. What time? Here we go, right here. Boy, right on it, live at 7 p.m.
Kickoff 7:30.
Big region game. Get see if Mag can get win number 2.
I tell you, I have to call every school the week before to find out what time they kick off. Because everybody does it so different. There's a 7 o'clock this week, 7:30 next week. So you never know.
Everybody's just bebopping around at different times. They need to make a standard
either
time.
If it's going to be 7 o'clock, let's make it 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
If it's going to be 7:30, let's make it 7:30.
Let's make it 7:30. Yeah, I understand.
It's
what
rough
you're
on a guy trying to make programming decisions.
It is. Hey, we appreciate Free Medical Clinic sponsoring us again this year and being right here with us. And like I said, if you need a doctor, give Free Medical Clinic a call. Get online and get you an appointment. Don't go without seeing a doctor, folks. You have no reason if you don't have any insurance. They probably can take care of you.
If you're looking for somebody to make a donation to, too, that's a
good group to
I
make
know,
a donation to.
Yeah, I've made, the Facebook, you can do your birthday donations and stuff. That's been one of the things I've always done is Free Medical Clinic.
I read a thing here a while ago. Let's see here a while ago. It says, I read this a while ago. The Free Medical Clinic will provide over 12,000 patients appointments worth over $7.2 million. So that says a lot. And I seen something else that caught my attention too, is they have a lot of volunteers that apparently work for them. And it says FMC has a powerful engine of volunteers to help make no-charge care possible. There are over 100 volunteers that serve on a monthly basis and over 700 that serve at some point during the year, including medical events, providing no-charge medical care for our low-income, uninsured rural neighbors of Anderson, Rowan, and Morgan. I think that's all you need to know about them folks, too. They're good people. They sponsor us here on high school football. If you can, make a donation to them, as Brad said. FMCOR.org.
Yep.
Give them a call or get online and make you an appointment. We'll be right back here next Friday night, and we'll talk about whatever.
Will Cox be back next?
Cox, I hope he will be. If not, well, wait till you get here, and then me and you'll finish it up. So, anyway, we'll see you next Friday night. Remember, our game of the week, Seymour, Anderson County, 7 o'clock airtime. We'll see you here at 10 o'clock. Big game for Clinton next week. I don't know who Oak Ridge has got. I said earlier, and I can't remember who it was. Hang on a minute before we leave. I want to see who Oak Ridge has got. I said it earlier, and I cannot remember who it was. Clinton's got Powell at Powell. Anderson County's home. Oak Ridge is, I think Oak Ridge is
at McMinn County.
Oak Ridge is at McMinn County next week.
Wasn't there a score I pointed out to you?
Yeah, McMinn County won tonight, didn't he?
Oh, that's McMinn Central. Well, McMinn County beat East Hamilton 46-20.
Yeah, and I think they're.
What I pointed out was McMinn Central beat Brainerd 21-20.
Yeah. So. All right, we'll see you back here next Friday night on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. See you, folks. Have a good weekend. Go Vols.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, we have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference, so we can all continue to move forward together.
I am a Simplicity dealer. This business is my life, my career. If you need a new mower, I'll help you choose the model that will make your property look its very best, and even let you take a test drive. When it does need service, you can rely on my factory service training and genuine parts. Because I don't just sell products, I build relationships. I am a Simplicity dealer.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you. And it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring the full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roane State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
Beautiful yards make a statement. And beautiful yards come from Simplicity Mowers. Their exclusive free-floating mower decks with full-width rollers track the contours of your yard for a perfect cut. So visit your neighborhood Simplicity dealer today and start the conversation about your lawn. Simplicity, the way to a beautiful lawn.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
So good. His team avenged a 2022 38-12 defeat to Claiborne County a couple weeks ago, winning 28-26. Win number 2 came last week against single-A competitor Cosby. Tonight, though, it's new region opponent Kingston, which is coming off a tough-fought loss to Meigs County. If the Patriots really are progressing, tonight would be a great night to show it. On the other hand, the Yellow Jackets missed the playoffs a season ago for the first time since 2014, so avoiding a loss in their first region matchup is critical in making sure that doesn't happen again. Who will come out on top? We'll find out tonight on the OEB Law Game of the Week. Day or night, 24/7, someone will be there to answer and give you a free consultation and get to work on your case immediately. Call 865-546-1111 or visit the website full of helpful information, recintoacheck.com. That's OEB Law. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of High School Football on BBB TV Channel 12. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by my colleague, former basketball coach for a season, former football coach for many seasons, and current school administrator, Dr. Dan Shoemaker. And this is the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Coach, obviously, 2 programs in 2 different places right now, but Union County is hungry. This is not a team that Kingston needs to overlook tonight.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Aaron. The talk around Maynardville right now is that this team is finally turning a corner. And we have a young coach who's bringing a lot of energy to this Union County program, and the Patriots are starting to believe in themselves just a little bit, so Kingston better be wary of the Patriots when they come in tonight.
That's Coach Shoemaker, and this is the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Got a home you want to sell? Looking to buy a home? Elaine can help with that. Perennial multi-million-dollar seller, serving most of East Tennessee. She has the know-how to get the job done for you. Give her a call or text at 423-619-6748. That's 423-619-6748. Or if you're like me and you don't like talking to people, email her at ElaineWalden15@gmail.com. We'll preview our game tonight as well as tell you what's going on around the area when we get back to the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show for the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a chicken.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Welcome back to the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Elaine has over 6 years in the business and did just under $10 million in sales a year ago. You can feel confident that she can take care of your real estate needs. She serves most of East Tennessee, but especially Anderson, Blount, Cumberland, Loudoun, Knox, McMinn, Monroe, Morgan, Roane, and Scott counties. Give her a call or text today at 423-619-6748. That's 423-619-6748. I'm Aaron Harvey, and with me this season is Coach Dan Shoemaker. What a matchup last night on Rivalry Thursday as Alcoa made the trip to Greenville to take on the Green Devils. Greenville was the aggressor early, going up 7-0 and stopping Alcoa's offense on a couple of tries. A punt by the Tornadoes down at the 1 turned into an easy pick 6 to tie the game, and then not long after that, inclement weather took over, and no, that's not a pun. A lightning delay lasted past 10 p.m. before the game was called. Final score 7-7. It will go down as a no contest tie.
Yeah, and you worry about that as a head coach for both of these programs because wins are what count. Ties or no contest. So a team that has 9 wins and 1 loss will come out ahead of an 8-win team that has 2 no contest ties. So that's always an issue. Now, the Tornadoes had a much shorter trip than their opponents from last week coming out of New York. But last week they weren't tested. I felt like they would be tested last night, and they really were. I was just very disappointed, though, that we didn't get to see that one finished up because I thought that would be a really, really nice ball game at the end.
It was turning out to be before it was called. Maryville lost to Bradley Central last week, 21-13. The Rebels have West at home tonight. You have to go all the way back to the year 2000 to find 2 straight losses for that powerhouse in Blount County. But that streak of bounce backs is in danger. The other Rebels, the West Rebels, won last year against Maryville 31-18, and there's no reason at all for West to think that goes any differently this year. I think all of East Tennessee's looking that direction tonight and wondering if Rome is falling. Does West symbolize a Germanic tribe coming in to signal the end of an empire?
I used to teach world history, Aaron, and so that's a great reference for this Maryville-West matchup. While Rome didn't fall in a day, obviously, it did start to decrease over time, and I think we may be witnessing a little bit of decline with Maryville right now from the grand days of Coach Quarles. The loss of running back Gage Ledoux week 1 has really been a big hit for them, and they've slipped just a little bit because of that. I would not count them out at home just yet, but it's going to be a struggle for them.
Yeah, because keep in mind also that in that year 2000, Maryville began the season with 4 straight losses. That was in George Quarles' second season leading the program, but they ended the year by hoisting the gold ball, so maybe we shouldn't overreact just yet. Speaking of rare losing streaks, Anderson County's 0-3 on the year. It's the first time the program has lost 3 games in a row since 2008. As a bonus factoid, the head coach at the time was Larry Kerr, who is credited with helping Union County get back on its feet by taking over that program in 2017. But the losing streak this time around is directly following the longest winning streak in school history of 15 games, which culminated in a state title last December. Now, to be fair, the schedule has been far from easy. And to be even fairer, the Mavericks lost a ton of seniors off that spectacular team from last season. But now Davy Gillum takes his Mavs into the first region game at Fulton. Tonight is a great night for AC to flip the script on the difficult season.
Yeah, I honestly believe that we'll see the Mavs make a run now. It's taken them about 3 weeks to kind of get the puzzle pieces fitted where they want them to fit and kind of figure out some things about themselves, because they had some big shoes to fill from last year, obviously. But I wouldn't be surprised to see them make a 6 or 7 game run right now into the playoffs. They still have West, obviously, and they still have that big Clinton rivalry game. But both of those are non-conference games, so I can still see them making a strong run for a district championship at this point.
Well, we just had the region schedule up on the region standings up on the screen there, and if you look at that region that they are in, you've got Carter. Carter's played very well this season so far. Gibbs has gotten better over the years. Seymour, Fulton, South Doyle, and then you've got Anderson County. We'll have Anderson County and Seymour coming up next week, but I believe Anderson County can compete in this region and come back and win that thing. It's just their first 3 opponents have been brutal.
Absolutely. Tough schedule, but that makes you better in the stretch run.
And I think that's the philosophy for Davy Gillum and Anderson County. So that's Dan Shoemaker. I am Aaron Harvey, and this is the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. We got some more games to go over when we get back, and also, of course, we got to preview our game tonight. It is Union County at Kingston here on the OEB Law Game of the Week.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
And welcome back to the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Elaine can buy or sell your home for you, just like she has for so many others. A multi-year, multi-million-dollar producer, Elaine serves most of all of East Tennessee. You can text her right now at 423-619-6748. As a matter of fact, you can call her right now at that same number, 423-619-6748. I'm Aaron Harvey alongside Coach Dan Shoemaker, and we are at Kingston for tonight's matchup. It's Union County at the Kingston Yellow Jackets. So, Harriman is having to have heartbreak here, which has to be heavy in the head coach's heart. The Blue Devils could put their story into lyrical form and be the Blues Devils. And if they need a bassist, I know a good one.
I know a guy.
A week ago at Oliver Springs, the Bobcats got the 27-26 win, and the week before that at Wartburg, the Bulldogs eked out the fourth quarter victory 21-18. Greenback is in town tonight this week, and the Cherokees sit with a winless record as well. This could prove to be a pivotal game for both of these teams if either wants to make the playoffs. It's got to be tough to keep a team motivated in a scenario like Travis Tapp has. What does Harriman have to do to put the past behind them and be ready for tonight?
One thing Coach Tapp has to really do is get his guys to have a short memory. Now, what I mean by that is that you can lose this week's game by worrying about what happened in the last week's game. And if you can't get past that, it's hard to prepare for the next game. You have to take the lessons from those losses, and you have to bring them and try to get better as you go forward and play with confidence and not stand around and wait for something bad to happen. This game may be the first in Region 2A to start thinning that playoff herd, so to speak. The winner of this game still has a good shot at getting into the playoffs. The loser of this game, though, is going to start to see that door close and will need some help down the road to have a shot to get back into the playoffs. playoff picture.
And now, just to name drop a little bit, running the clock here at these Kingston football games is none other than Coach Joe Lane, who got a coaching job at Wartburg in 2001, a basketball coach, longtime coach there, now the current head basketball coach for Kingston High School. But I